And the formative assessments are going to just kind of be a checkpoint, right? So when we do our formative listening, you will have a grade go into PowerSchool, but it just won't be calculated with those other summatives. When Landon goes, and then you go. Okay? And then we're gonna do some formative writing. Again, we are just gonna have that as a checkpoint, but your summative writing at the end of the unit will be really similar to this. So we're just kind of starting out to start to write about some classes and see how things go. So that's coming up next week. We're gonna look at this slide here, and this is actually a page from our textbook, and it's supposed to be about uniformes por colegio. What's an uniforme? Uniform, okay? And this is supposed to be a uniforme de diario, like a daily uniform. And this is an uniforme deportivo. What do we know about deportista or deportivo? Sports. Yeah, like athletic. So this is a little more casual. And we have some words in parentheses. There's words like niños and niñas. Does that make sense that it'd be boys and girls? So some of the things are for both boys and girls, other things are just for boys or just for girls. So when I look at this, it says a camisa blanca. We know colors, right? Isn't blanco white? Yeah. So this is talking about something that's white in their uniform, and it's kind of hard to see, but they have white, like collared shirts on as a kind of a base of their uniform. And then they have un suéter rojo. So they have to have some layers to their uniforms. Just the girls need una falda gris. What's a falda? Skirt. And then we have pantalon or pantalones grises. Some gray pants. And then tennies happen to be on our wasn't it on our Cerditos activity? Tennies, but zapatos is just a general term for maybe a little dressier shoe, not tennis shoes. So they need zapatos negros and then medias blancas, some white socks. What's a sudadera? If we have a suéter for this daily uniform, what's a sudadera for the sports uniform? A sweatshirt. And then notice how a camiseta, this has a T in it, so it's kind of easy to remember that that's a t-shirt. Isn't this a more casual looking shirt, this uniform, compared to like the shirts they're having to wear over here? Maybe? Yeah. Okay, so in Colombia it says todos los estudiantes, all students llevan uniformes escolares, school uniforms. Colegios públicos, if you are in a public school, you wear el mismo uniforme, the same uniform for all public schools. But then each colegio privado, what does that mean? Private school has a different type of uniform. Okay. So do you like the idea of uniformes? ¿Te gustan? No. So would you say, no me gustan los uniformes? Maybe? Didn't we use me gusta and te gusta? Didn't we just use this when we were talking about house design? Right? You can even think about your own classes. Right? If I go back to what we just talked about with assessments, oh my gosh, writing. You have to write about 2 classes you like and don't like. We've talked about me gusta and no me gusta a lot. We're revisiting that. Okay, so these are some enormous rules and regulations. This says all students, look at these things. We'll see if you think this is extreme or not. Todos los estudiantes tienen que llevar el uniforme completo y siempre limpio. They have to wear a uniform, always wear a uniform that's complete and always clean. Yeah, remember limpio was used with house stuff, but now we can use it for the state of clothing, right? They have to wear a camisa por dentro del pantalón or falda. Tuck your shirt in. You can't have untucked shirts. And then everyone, look at this, what are uñas? Do you see how that's defined at the bottom? They have to be limpias y cortas. Cortas. Short. Do you think that would be hard to even like police? Like, oh, your nails are too long. What are they gonna do? Like, if you cut your nails? I don't know. No pueden. You cannot wear accesorios como piercings o aretes.
No earrings.
You can't wear earrings.
That's stupid.
And then look, we have las and los, so this is for females, and then this is for males. If we talk about the girls, it says that girls can't wear maquillaje excesivo. And again, like, what's what makes it excessive? I don't know. And then girls cannot use tinte and el pelo. What's pelo? Hair. Or if they do use it, it has to be natural tones in your hair. What's a falda? A skirt. So the skirt has to be knee height, knee length. Okay. And the boys, this is something about what? What's pelo? Hair. So hair has to be in a classic cut without dye. Boys can't have any dye.
It seems very scary.
Well, and I feel like this is from a handbook in a colegio in Colombia. Maybe if this is just known and maybe a private school, it just they accept it and do it. But I feel like if a school was to switch to something like this without having these regulations, it would be really time consuming to probably police it and make sure everyone's following these rules. I don't know. Okay, we talked about this. We're gonna go over. So we're gonna have, if you have pelo corto compared to your neighbor, you're gonna come up and get two supplies, two sets of supplies. You need tablas, marcadores, and borradores. So we're gonna write some frases completas with clothing. We're gonna practice using some of those words that we just saw on a couple slides. And we're gonna use the word llevar, which means to wear. So llevar means to wear. Okay, so if I wanted to answer my question, ¿Qué lleva Zendaya? What is she wearing? What does she wear? I have to use lleva in my sentence. Zendaya lleva, she wears, and I just chose one thing, right? So this says pantalones negros, she has black pants on. We know how to say colors, and we're just gonna do the best we can to try to put an S at the end, or an A at the end if we need to. So we're gonna talk about Blair. ¿Qué lleva Blair? And on your whiteboard, you're gonna write a sentence. Blair lleva, there you go, Blair lleva, and try to write an article of clothing. So Blair lleva, and then if I look at my vocab list, one section has different articles of clothing. I'm gonna put the clothing first, and then I'm going to put a color after it. Hi. You say socks. Yep. Right, see if your neighbor wrote the same thing on their paper. Alright, so Blair lleva, you could say una falda. If you said la falda, that's okay. Una just means a, like a skirt, so the skirt. Una falda negra, lleva las medias negras, zapatos blancos. Anyone read about zapatos? Would you say camisa or camiseta for this?
Camisa.
A camisa. Camisa is a little more formal, right? It's got a collar, some buttons there. Good. Okay, we're gonna write about Billie Eilish now. If you wanna keep that first sentence there, you can. If you erase it, that's okay. But Billie lleva. Try to pick something that she has.
It's not really good eraser.
You have to apply some pressure. So Billie lleva. You can put el or la if you want to use un or una. That can also work. Yeah, and then you can put an S at the end of that too. You could say like los.
How do you say glasses?
Oh, gafas are glasses.
Ah, that sounds too hard.
I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna collect it.
Right, for sure, without.
Yeah. So lleva los tenis or los zapatos blancos. That could work. Someone earlier wanted to say pantalones de Powerpuff. I don't know, you could say that, right? Right, how about Adam Sandler? Que lleva Adam?
Adam Sandler.
He has quite the style, doesn't he?
Is that a skirt or a short?
Short, I'm gonna wear shorts, and I'll talk through how to write that in a bit, so maybe pick something that for sure is on your vocab list that you could go with. So Adam lleva, or Adam Sandler lleva. Would you consider him to have a camisa or a camiseta right now?
Camiseta.
It's a pretty casual shirt, right? Not dressy, so it's a t-shirt with the letter T in it, camiseta. So Adam lleva una camiseta azul. If you know that pelo corto is short hair, does it make sense that these are pantalones cortos? Short pants, right? So you could say pantalones cortos azules.
It's not.
Lleva los tenis negros. We say los medias blancos. Got some white socks on there. Good. Alright, we are going to have we're gonna erase our whiteboards, and I know maybe these markers aren't the best, or these erasers. They're better than my felt things though, that I would give these a whirl. But apply some pressure to try to erase it, and then we can have the opposite person come on up and bring those supplies to the front.